from downtown Spokane. This is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
The wildfire restoration process continues tonight in Medical Lake. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith. Community members once again volunteering their time cleaning up fire damage and removing charred trees today. That continued support from the community has helped the city cut down burned trees and remove them from the area. Ron Burris with the Tree and Debris Removal Committee says it has been these cleanups that are making immense progress in that long road to rebuilding.
Most of the trees, either we have cut them down or the loggers that are doing contract work in here have cut and removed the bigger portion of the log for timber salvage, and then we've taken the tops and the branches out.
Burris says the city needs more heavy equipment as well as volunteers who can pick up leftover debris next Saturday. The final cleanup is scheduled for November 11th. Today is National Drug Take-Back Day, a day dedicated for families to dispose of their unused prescription medications in a safe manner. There were several drop-off locations throughout Spokane today. Peter Choi spent the day at one of them, and he's here with why this campaign is important for your safety.
I'm here in the parking lot of Northtown Mall where families are dropping off their unused prescription medications. I spoke with a U.S. attorney and she says this drop-off is important because it could save your family from potential misuse of drugs. A woman who dropped off pain medication says it's necessary for her family's safety.
I wanted to get the medications out of my cupboard so that my kids and family and nobody else would have access to them.
The DEA says the majority of people who abuse prescription medication get that medicine from family and friends. The U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldraff says it's important to dispose of them safely.
It keeps prescription drugs out of the hands of people who might abuse or misuse them, and also really just allows for safe disposal and greater awareness of how we want to keep our families and communities safe.
For anyone who wants to get rid of their medications, visit DEA's website or contact local law enforcement. In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Peter. I'm meteorologist Matt Gray. We had a very chilly start to our weekend, and it looks like we're going to have another pretty cold October night tonight around the area. Look, our temperatures right now already back below freezing across many portions of North Idaho, and in eastern Washington, we are not that far behind. Spokane's at 33 right now. We're down to 30. In Coeur d'Alene, we're already down into the 20s in Pullman and Colville, Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint. So keep those heaters turned up here for at least a couple more nights as we continue with this chilly weather pattern. Now, we got down to about 19 degrees last night around Spokane. We're going to be very, very close tonight with a low of around 20 in the morning. So, oh boy, if you're up early, things are going to be definitely on the chilly side. Here's our lows for the morning region-wide. As you can see here, lots of teens. Places like Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, Colville, Pullman area as well. Coeur d'Alene, sitting by the lake. Downtown will be a lot cooler, but we could definitely see some teens further north up Highway 95 in northern Kootenai County. We got another cold day and another cold night as we head to the end of the weekend. But as we get towards Halloween, we're finally going to see things begin to warm up a little bit. But a change like that usually means that wet weather isn't too far behind. So a lot to talk about as we transition from October to November in your extended forecast.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for that. Some sad news here tonight. Friends star Matthew Perry has died in an apparent drowning at his home in L.A. Police say there's no indication of foul play. Perry pursued acting at a young age, landing his first major role while he was in high school in the film A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. But he found fame when he was cast as Chandler in Friends, the hit TV series that ran for 10 seasons that so many of us know him best by. Perry, a beloved name in many households, he was 54 years old. Around the nation tonight, the manhunt for the suspect who killed 18 people in a mass shooting in Maine ended Friday night. Police finding the suspect, Robert Card, dead near a recycling plant in Maine where he recently worked. Police say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. ABC's Ike Ijoki is here now with the latest word from police.
Robert Card is no longer a threat to anyone.
This morning, 40-year-old Robert Card found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound just days after police say he entered a bowling alley and a bar, killing 18 people and wounding 13 others. Police say the suspect's body was recovered near the Androscoggin River in Lisbon Friday night by a recycling center where he worked.
The search has been extensive. It's been thorough. It's been nonstop. We continue to search locations, in some cases multiple times.
Police executing a multi-agency manhunt for the suspect, who at the time was at large for more than 48 hours. That search centering around the boat ramp where authorities found that Subaru they believed the suspect was driving. A gun found inside. The suspect's family saying he suffered from mental health issues and that it's possible he may have been looking for an ex-girlfriend in going to those two locations where it's believed they've gone before. The victims ranging in age from 14 to 76. Victims of this tragedy scarred for life, like Justin Karcher, whose brother and sister says was shot and put on life support.
Last we heard, he just got out of surgery. We haven't heard anything else. From last we knew, he was stable but critical. They don't know the full extent of his injuries. They know that it's a lot, and it's a lot of damage. He's going to have a long recovery.
Others mourning the loss of victims who didn't survive.
I don't want people to forget her. She was a great person.
Lisa Osgood was bowling right next to one of the victims, her friend Trisha Aslin. She says she went up to the front desk just as the suspect walked in.
It didn't surprise me to know that she stayed. I tried to find help, but she lost her life doing it. Because she always put other people in front of her, always.
And still just a heart-wrenching story from the East Coast in Maine there. And since the shooting, there have been questions on how Card was allowed to own a gun following his 2-week stay at a mental health facility. Maine has a yellow flag law that establishes a process to take firearms away from a person during a mental health crisis. The process includes a police investigation, a doctor's exam, and a judge's order. It's a process critics say takes too long.
I think the Maine law is too restrictive. And it has been used, but I think it could be more widely applied if we had a red flag law.
Margaret Groban from the University of Maine Law School says red flag laws simplify the process, allowing relatives of a gun owner to directly ask a court to remove a gun during a mental health crisis. But even that may not have been enough in this case.
Even if Robert Card had been prohibited from buying a gun, we do not have universal background checks in Maine, and he could have gone to a local corner, to a private dealer, and he would have been able to buy a gun illegally that way.
And despite Maine's soft gun laws, the state has fewer mass shootings per capita than those with stricter laws. Spokane County deputies uncovered what they believe to be a mobile meth lab in Spokane Valley during a drug bust. Deputies say they served a search warrant on Christopher Gibbs, who was staying at the Red Top Motel on Trent Wednesday. They suspected he was selling pills laced with fentanyl. In Gibbs's motel room and car, deputies say they found a loaded handgun, a shotgun, bullets, all different sorts of drugs, and what looked to be a mobile meth lab. That contraption will be tested by the Department of Ecology. Gibbs and a woman were arrested on several charges. A local club that has 800 members suddenly shut down Friday night. An agent for the Fraternal Order of the Eagles, which is the national part of this organization, abruptly shut the place down yesterday. The local Eagles president tells 4 News Now that 3 members are currently facing some kind of, quote, internal charges, and that was the agent's reason for the closure. We reached out to that agent, but we have not heard back. The local president says he is in touch with attorneys to find out what can be done to get the club reopened, but it will remain closed until further notice. Well, we had another packed Saturday of college football, all of our favorite local teams in action, and one massive upset in the Kibbe Dome. Alex Crescenti was covering that one today. And Alex, this was another instant classic today in another sellout crowd in Moscow.
Yeah, how about them Vandals, Jordan?
How about them Vandals?
I don't know, right? Well, after a heartbreaking loss to Montana 2 weeks ago, Idaho returned to the Kibbe Dome this afternoon and knocked off the second-ranked Montana State Bobcats in front of a capacity crowd. Now, after the Vandals held the lead for most most of the game. The Bobcats stormed back and took the lead midway through the fourth quarter off the back of a Julius Davis touchdown. So Idaho is going to need an answer to pull off this upset. Well, with under 3 to play, they're going to be driving down the field, and they finish it off. Giovanni McCoy threading the needle there to Hayden Hatton in the end zone for the go-ahead score. Bobcats will get one more shot to send this game into overtime, but the kick is wide right, no good. And that seals it for the Vandals, the biggest win of the Jason Eck era, as they are in great position to earn a bye in the FCS playoffs at this point. 3 weeks to go left in the regular season. Now, the other team on the Palouse is the Washington State Cougars. They're wrapping up their game with Arizona State here soon. That's in the fourth quarter. Cougs are trying to make a comeback, but that defense can't stop a nosebleed. As you can see, one of the worst offenses in FBS football has 38 points. Not great, Jordan. Not
a great showing in Tempe,
I don't know, man.
Alex. Yeah, I know you're pretty disappointed. So we'll check on those highlights in just a little bit. There still is much more here on this special edition of 4 News Now. Winter rapidly approaching. Families who lost their homes in one of those devastating wildfires more than 2 months ago are facing another major challenge. Some are finding it harder to stay warm in temporary housing. Plus tonight, a special show in Meade at the Cattails Wildlife Center. The Halloween spirit that you don't want to miss.
And I think all of our Halloween spirit was a little dampened by the snow earlier in the week and some of these cold temperatures. Look at this. At the Coeur d'Alene Airport, we got down to 12 degrees. Deer Park got down to 12 as well this morning. Good news is, by the time we're picking the candy out of the kids' baskets, things are going to be a lot warmer. That's coming up in your forecast.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
I met Anidas 10 years ago. He didn't have bad credit, but he just had no credit to begin with. I took the time to really go over some options with him. Fast forward 10 years down the road, he's got his business account with Numerica. He's looking to buy his second home also with Numerica.
All October long, join me for some late night stakeouts with Halloween Bonanza double features.
Come on, let's go check it out.
Spenguli's Bonanza, all October long on MeTV 4.2.
Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Fire flambe or perfectly sear filet, just like the pros. Plus, it's PFOA-free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone Pan for just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. You get it all. An incredible value.
To order, call 1-800-898-8021. That's 1-800-898-8021. Or order online at buygranitestone.com.
If you're looking for a new Tundra or Tacoma truck, Findlay Downtown Toyota has over 70 in stock and ready to go. And if you're looking for a new RAV4, Highlander, or a Toyota 4Runner, we have over 100 in stock with great financing options. And if you're looking for a quality used vehicle, we've got a whole city block full of fantastic choices that come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. So if you're looking for a great selection at a great price, you can find it at Findlay.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Welcome back. Tigers at Cattails Wildlife Center got into the Halloween spirit today. On your screen now is Tigger. He is a Bengal tiger with a lot of character. The Wildlife Center provided scarecrows for Tigger and other tigers so that they can enjoy this year's Halloween as well. One family came to see them in action for the very first time.
They both love animals, and
This is our closest zoo, being that we're actually in Idaho. We live in Idaho. But we've heard about cattails, and we've been wanting to have a reason to come. And I looked it up, and I saw that they had the Boo in the zoo, so it was kind of just a perfect theme to come for today.
Well, you can see some of those kids, they're definitely getting into the spirit, dressing up like Tigger. And don't worry, if you missed the chance to see these guys today, the center is hosting trick or treating for the animals tomorrow. To find more information, you can get the story on our website, KXLY.com. Matt, I mean, of all the places to spend Halloween, that might be up there. That might be kind of a fun, up-close experience.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun.
Have you been up there? Have you made it?
I have not made it up there quite yet. So definitely on the list. I get a miniature version of it at home.
I was about to say, yeah, that's Pete's older brother over there. So yeah, much bigger brother.
Pete, Halloween time. Pete's a black cat, for those of you who don't know. He's in his element right now.
That's right.
My wife got decorative pumpkins, and he was like attacking them and batting them around. I had to take him away. I had to put him up on a higher shelf.
He's feeling himself.
He's feeling himself. He's feeling himself. So yeah. That's this is a good time of the year for that. All right, let's talk about cold nights. My animals are not enjoying that. I had to put a sweater on my dog the other night. More cold nights ahead. Warming trend, however, is coming up, so it is going to feel a lot more like fall here in just a couple of days as we see gathering clouds and some rain coming up for next week. And no, not talking about snow, talking about rain. So really, that goes to show you just how different our temperatures are going to be here in just a few days. It is cold out there, and it's going to stay cold tonight. Look at these temperatures. 15 in Deer Park. We're down to 17 in Spirit Lake. Fairchild gets down to the teens along with Spangle, and will be in the upper teens and low 20s up and down the I-90 corridor. Shelter from the wind is going to be pretty important here tonight. Even a light breeze may be the difference between 19 and 20 degrees. And we saw how still it was early this morning and how chilly those temperatures got as a result, where we saw a lot of temperatures below 15 degrees. Now, don't necessarily think that is what's going to happen tonight, but we're going to be pretty darn close. So we got to keep the jackets, the gloves, kind of the extra winter gear or light winter gear out here for your plans for Sunday. It is going to be another really nice and sunny day, and really take advantage because we do have some cloud cover that's going to be moving in for this upcoming week. Our highs for Sunday, a little bit warmer. We only got to 38 today in Spokane. We'll be at 41 for your Sunday afternoon. We'll be in the mid-40s in Coeur d'Alene, 50 degrees in the LC Valley, and we'll see low and mid-40s across the northern tier. We are seeing a little ridge of high pressure that's going to push its way in as we head to the first part of the week, and so that will mean more calm conditions, and that's going to help spark our warming trend in the days to come. But you head a little bit further to the west, and there's our next storm system. By the middle of the week, this is going to show up, and things are going to change once again. But at least in the near term, if you are not so thrilled about your heating bill here as we come to the end of the month, well, this is going to bump things up here to just a few degrees below normal instead of the 10+ degrees below normal that we're seeing right now. What we're going to see, well, is not a whole heck of a lot for the first part of the week here. As we get into Tuesday, though, we start to see things get pretty cloudy. By the time we get to Wednesday evening and early Thursday, we start to see that wet weather come in, and this is going to be a much warmer system. That means it's going to be mostly rain, hardly any snow, except for the highest mountain peaks. We're thinking Thursday is going to be a fairly wet day. We'll have a little break on Friday, and then another chance for rain as we get into the first part of next weekend. If you're thinking about trick-or-treating Tuesday night, things look definitely warmer than they will be this weekend, and we'll just see mostly cloudy skies and dry conditions.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. Well, the families who lost their homes in one of the devastating wildfires more than 2 months ago are now facing another major challenge. Some are finding it harder to stay warm in temporary housing like RVs. Ryan Krause lost everything he owned in the Oregon Road fire, so this is his first time living in a trailer. That's his new home right now. He says his family is in a survival mode right now because he knows how brutal winters in Elk can be.
The first snow just happened the other day, and from here snow comes this way, and so it all stuck to this side of the RV. And my first thought was, if this was any more of a snow, I won't be able to get this door open. It could freeze shut, all those things. And so every time that we make a step progress, there's 10 more steps of figuring out what we need to do to make that progress actually happen.
It's a difficult situation for so many people out there right now. Ryan Giese with PNW RV says that the first key is to staying warm, is skirting your trailer. Use a foam board from a hardware store to keep the space underneath the trailer warm. Giese says to use a hard pipe to prevent your sewer line from freezing and insulate any gaps to keep rats from getting inside your trailer. For additional questions, Giese says to contact his shop for some help. Well, spooky season is officially here, and there's a house in Spokane that's been going all out for decades. And tonight, that display you have to see if you're out trick-or-treating.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
Wake up, people! Rotten sleep means rotten moods, rotten backs, rotten health. Rotten breath goes without saying, but you're in luck. During the Veterans Day sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on all Aspen mattresses, or take $50 off any Easy Choice. Purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
There's nothing worse than politicians who say one thing then do another. Like Lisa Brown, who said,
people care about crime. They want people who break laws to be held accountable by our law enforcement system. I believe that.
Brown's actual record, she gave our tax dollars to the Bail Project of Spokane, which bails out violent offenders. Brown gave a $50,000 grant to La Taxion, a felon convicted of murder. We can't trust Lisa Brown to keep Spokane safe.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, we know that a Native American child's future depends on a strong foundation.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, they care for the kids.
Our students come from many places, seeking a good education, a safe place to learn, and Native American values that enrich their lives.
It's on us to teach our younger generations, our children.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, children get their best chance to succeed in life.
I like being here because I live and learn at St. Joseph's. When I'm here, I feel like I'm home.
Our children are our greatest endeavor. By investing in their education, we honor their past and secure their future. To learn more, go to stjo.org today.
It doesn't matter how you say it, as long as you say it often. Praise your child at least 4 times for every time you correct them, and you'll be on your way to raising a confident, caring kid. 4-to-1 Praise is just one of the many parenting tools from the experts at Boys Town. Visit boystown.org/praise to receive your 10 Ways to Praise magnet. It's a great reminder to keep it positive, and that helpful parenting advice is just a click away.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. Halloween season brings about spooky decorations and costumes. A lot of people get their thrills by watching scary movies. Alex gets his scary thrill by watching the Cougs. But what makes being afraid fun? Well, according to UW Medicine, the fight, flight, or freeze reflex exists in the same part of our brain as love and happiness. So essentially, we're chasing a chemical high when we pay to walk through haunted attractions. But a healthy sense of fear is also part of our genetics, a way that we protect ourselves.
We get afraid in order to protect ourselves, and so we feel scared when something dangerous or threatening is coming up. And that fear, that reaction, that to whatever it is, enables us to keep ourselves safe.
Dopamine and adrenaline are the primary chemicals associated with a fear response in our brains. And when those kick in, other bodily functions like digestion temporarily stop to allow us to react quicker. Well, spooky season is here, and Halloween is just days away. One Spokane man has been going all out on Halloween for decades. Lyle Hines, has been decorating this house like this since the early 90s. But this year is the first year going all out again since the pandemic. A giant werewolf glares at you as you enter his gate. Demons pop out of the grass, and he even has a dungeon of terror. Lyle says if you think this is spooky, it gets even crazier at night.
Because I love Halloween. That's what I can say, because I like horror movies. And this is my horror movie. As much as it can be.
Lyle's a guy who looks forward to this every year, but Lyle has congestive heart failure, so it's hard for him to keep decorating each year. And he says you should come by and check out his display this one last time. It's at the corner of Dean and Elm in West Central. Well, part of a beloved park in Sandpoint is being torn down to create an indoor sports facility. This after protesters chained themselves to trees to stop it from happening earlier this month. One tree in particular is special to community members who scattered family members' ashes there. And now that it's been cut down, some community members are angry and say the city has betrayed their trust. They say that this could have been avoided and that this new facility could have been built somewhere else. Sandpoint mayor says the city had tried to find another location, but Travers Park was the only spot in town that had everything needed to support this kind of facility. Upset community members say that the decision has them feeling voiceless in the community.
I still believe that there's other places here that could have been better. You're looking right now over here where the trees were cut. You're telling me you can't take that footprint of that building and geologically test that site?
Sandpoint's mayor said that trying to change locations now could put them at risk of losing the new facility altogether. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day. If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Finley Downtown Toyota, there's never been a better time to trade up to something better, as we are loaded up with the best selection of new and used vehicles to choose from, with great financing options available. Finley Toyota's downtown.
What if you had to choose between fixing the roof over your head and putting food on the table? What if that leak led to mold growing in your home? What if that meant you could not focus on finding a new job, or your children could no longer focus on learning? What if you no longer had a safe place to call home? Help Rebuilding Together make emergency repairs for our neighbors who have lost jobs and have to make those difficult choices. Text REBUILD to 484848.
One in 9 Americans struggle with hunger, yet 40% of the food in America is wasted. The Kroger Company Zero Hunger, Zero Waste Foundation is working to help end hunger and food waste in neighborhoods across America. Together, we can help end hunger. Learn more at zerohungerzerowastefoundation.org.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-435-6817.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa. I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
For the 7th week in a row, mortgage rates continued their upward trend. Freddie Mac data released Thursday numbers that show the 30-year fixed mortgage rate averaged 7.79% last week. Just over a year ago, it was over 7%. Now, this 7-week stretch has been the longest consecutive rise since spring of last year. Rates have been on a tear in 2023, rising 2 full percentage points. Freddie Mac's chief economist says purchases have slowed to a virtual standstill, with affordability remaining a hurdle amid high rates and low inventory. Well, a young boy from Texas is looking around and around and around in wonder at the world around him. That's because for the first time in his life, he's seeing something that so many of us take for granted. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Jaron has always loved Legos.
Cowboys.
Which probably made it extra surprising one morning before school when he said this in the car.
Mommy, look at the beautiful sunrise. It's green.
Turned out Jaron is colorblind, and maybe the clues were there all along.
All right, can I get everybody quiet, please?
However, his 5th grade class at Glen Hope Elementary School never knew until the students were asked to name their favorite colors one day.
He mentioned some colors that were hard for him to see, like blues and purples.
That's when Ms. Hayes asked about those special glasses you hear about that can help people with color blindness see colors as vibrantly as most people do.
He said, "Oh, I know about them, but they're too expensive."
Jaron, will you come sit next to me, please?
But what Jaron didn't know was that his classmates heard that and immediately asked Ms. Hayes if they could all put their allowance money together and buy Jaron a pair of those glasses.
I really wanted Jaron to see how all of us see it.
No, they're his.
Darker. I think it's darker. Now everything's like red.
In fact, the students pulled together enough money to get Jaron both an indoor and outdoor pair.
Is this what everybody else has been saying the whole time? This is more yellow, not green anymore.
And when he got home that day, the Legos suddenly made a lot more sense. But all he could really think about was what his friends had done for him.
What's the bigger gift, the glasses or the message that your classmates really love you?
Honestly, I think it's the message. They were probably being the kindest people on earth in that moment.
By the way, Jaron's grandfather and great-grandfather are both alive and also colorblind. And when that glasses company called Enchroma found that out, they sent Grandpa and great-grandpa each a pair for free. There's just a lot of good in the world. In New York for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Well, that was a great story there. For tonight, temperature is going to get very close to where we were this morning, where we were down in the teens and low 20s. I think we will be just a degree or two off from where we were Saturday morning. We'll show you our lows around the region, and I'll talk about when we'll warm up again in your forecast.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news. Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining groups, bedrooms and kids' beds, and mattresses. Plus, decorating your home just got easier with 4 years, no interest. And to salute our armed forces, all veterans and active duty military get a special in-store offer. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Bounced from one doctor to the next. Did they even send my lab work? Wait, was I supposed to bring that? Then there's the forms, the bills, the NADA bills, the... Press forward and repeat these options.
Healthcare can get a whole lot easier when your medical records, care, and coverage are in one place. At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together for all that is you.
Hello, my friend. Pat Boone here for Safe Step Walk-In Tub. Listen, for years, one of my greatest pleasures has been relaxing in my walk-in tub. And I'm excited to tell you that Safe Step has actually found a way to take your bathing and showering experience to a whole new level with their new hybrid tub. It's the luxury and convenience of a shower and tub all in one package. The dual shower heads include a handheld shower wand and a large, luxurious rainfall shower head. Now you can finally enjoy the best of both worlds with the therapeutic benefits of a warm, soothing bath that can help increase mobility, relieve pain, boost energy, and improve sleep. Or, if you prefer, you can take a safe, refreshing shower all in one amazing product.
Call today and receive $1,500 off the purchase of your new Safe Step walk-in tub. Call 1-800-903-9006.
At St. Joseph's Indian School, we know that a Native American child's future depends on a strong foundation of community, culture, and education. To learn more, go to stjo.org today.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for staying with us here tonight. A Spokane area doctor is now facing a lawsuit accused of secretly using his own sperm on a patient who went to him for fertility treatment more than 30 years ago. Sharon Hayes filed the lawsuit after her daughter took a DNA test, which led to a shocking discovery. On your screen now is Brianna Hayes, Sharon's daughter, who was conceived through artificial insemination. She took that DNA test because as a child, she battled leukemia along with multiple other medical conditions. She was searching for answers to her ongoing health problems and thought she might find those answers by looking at her family's lineage. Instead, she made another discovery.
I definitely found out more than I bargained for.
Brianna Hayes did what many of us have. She took part in an at-home DNA test in search of an explanation for the medical challenges that she battled. Instead, discovering a shocking secret.
My father who raised me was not my biological father. And that was shattering in and of itself. It completely, broke away from what I grew up knowing my whole life.
Hayes' parents never told her the truth about her conception. The DNA test revealed that she had several half-siblings living in the Spokane area, her mom eventually admitting to the truth. But Hayes discovered that she had a DNA match with the doctor who performed that artificial insemination.
It was shocking to find out who my father was.
It prompted the family to file a lawsuit against Dr. Claypool, citing that he committed fertility fraud, knowingly concealing the use of his own sperm during this procedure, violating Washington State's medical malpractice statute.
I feel off-put that I'm a product of his violation.
They're seeking justice for a lie that they claim has lasted for 3 decades.
She put her trust in this medical professional to provide a treatment and service that she thought she consented to knowing.
And what we learned during the story is that in Washington State and most of the country, there is no criminal statute specifically banning doctors from secretly using their own sperm during artificial inseminations, though the emergence of DNA testing has revealed that there are many stories out there that are similar to this one. The Hayes hope that their story will prompt a change here in Washington and across the country.
And now we turn to your forecast where things have been across the region today, where we woke up in some places in the low teens this morning. Crazy here in October. Now we have, we've basically barely gotten up to 40 degrees in some areas, and in Spokane we actually didn't. We only got up to 38 today, although parts of downtown I'm sure got to 40 degrees. But you can see here now the sun has long set and we are crashing through the 20s in many places like Colville, Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, St. Mary's, and on the Palouse tonight. And we're not too far away from dropping into the 20s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, hovering just above freezing in the Spokane area. Here are our lows forecast for tonight. Just a little bit warmer than where we were at that point this morning. So our morning lows, you'll be waking up to temperatures in the teens and low 20s, and we'll end here with a little zoom in on the metro area. It is going to be another cold start, but there is some good news. The warming trend is on the way. In fact, it is going to be so warm that by the middle of this week, our snow levels are going to be up around 6,000 to 7,000 feet. I'll take you through this rebound to fall weather coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. Well, the Idaho Transportation Department is asking drivers to slow down, with traffic deaths this year already surpassing those in 2022. So far, 222 people have died on Idaho roads. That's up from 215 in all of 2022. The Office of Highway Safety highlighting the importance of paying attention while on the road and drinking responsibly, especially as we get closer to the holiday season. The department saying, quote, "We see this deadly pattern of speed, impairment, and no seatbelt over and over again. And that's why it's so important to plan a sober ride home for yourself and call a ride for your friends if they try to drink or to drive after drinking." Well, if you're like me, you try to get into the Halloween spirit by maybe decorating a pumpkin, and it goes fine. It goes fine. But one man in North Carolina has turned it into an art, and it is a talent you absolutely have to see.
As the clock ticks closer and closer to Halloween, You may hear scraping and scratching coming from Jim Bill's garage. But don't worry, it's nothing too spooky.
So we get this little piece here.
Just his pumpkin creations.
Big fan of Halloween, so you get to get into the creatures, the monsters, the fun stuff about it. Okay.
About 7 years ago,
one extra shadow here or there.
Jim became inspired.
A little subtlety.
By a master pumpkin carver.
I saw that and it's like, I gotta try it. So grabbed a pumpkin, dug in, had no idea what I was doing because I've never really worked in clay or anything before, and it made just horrible pumpkins.
But in 7 years, he's come a long way, creating masterpieces like these, from dinosaurs to famous actors to creepy creations like this one.
But the fun part's showing other people out, doing live carves, getting kids interested in seeing pumpkins in a different way, that it's not just triangles and a smiley face, that there's this whole other world that you can do with pumpkins.
By day,
it's always amazing.
Jim is a medical illustrator and animator.
That you take out so little pumpkin.
But this side hustle he's discovered
makes a big difference.
Is a labor of love, and one he looks forward to every year.
Each one of these pumpkins is Christmas Eve because anything's inside there, you never know. The weather's gorgeous, the leaves are gorgeous. It's that time of year for spooky, creepy things. Love all that. Look forward to it every year. 10-month off season, then 2 months of hurry up, get it done because pumpkins are gone.
Boy, that is talent. And, if you've got some cool pumpkin designs, send those our way. We'd love to share those with the community. We still have much more ahead here tonight on this special edition of 4 News Now. We soar above a unique venue in Pend Oreille in this week's Air for Adventure. You won't want to miss those shots. Plus, the Cougs in a must-win scenario as they're on the road in Tempe. But their defense ran into some issues against one of the worst offenses in all of football. Alex Tresenti has those highlights along with the sights and sounds of the Vandals' top 10 matchup.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Fred Meyer, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Idaho Public Television and PBS Kids offer a wide range of resources to help your children learn and grow while at home, including apps, games, and the PBS Kids channel stream, all for free. There are additional age-appropriate resources at our PBS Kids for Parents site, too. Sign up for a daily newsletter that offers activities and tips. PBS Learning Media is also a great tool for teaching at home. You'll find all of these resources and more at idahoptv.org/kids.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
smart.
I really
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have another bad day.
At school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating.
It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not 1, not 2, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-270-1219. That's 1-800-270-1219. Or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
At Fred Meyer, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Well, one community on the shores of Lake Pend Oreille has become known for its homes on the water, and the community has been a staple of Bayview for more than a century. So in this week's Air for Adventure, we see what makes living in a floating home so special.
Welcome to Bayview, Idaho. It's amazing. You get to wake up to the sunrise and go to sleep with the sunset. It's gorgeous. Fall is my favorite. I do love it when the season starts to change. Leaves are beautiful, the crisp air. I mean, summer's beautiful too, but yeah, I love fall's my favorite. It's a floating bar and grill on Lake Ponderay right next to the boat launch. It caught my eye years ago, and we have a float home nearby that we live on, and so it's a beautiful place to be for sure. We're lucky every day to work here and live here. It's definitely stable. Everyone asks that. They say, you know, do you rock? You know, no, it's stable. I guess it depends on where you're at, you know, but it's just like a home on the lake. Yeah, you don't move around that much unless a boat comes zooming by, but they shouldn't be. But the lake drops, as you can see, and so the kokanee spawn and the eagle is so cool. We sit on our deck and just watch the eagles swoop down and eat their meal. It's gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of people come down here to eagle watch, and we can just sit on our patio and watch it ourselves. It's great. Close-knit, you know, community. Everybody knows each other, and you know, how's it going, John? Did you get your boat fixed? You know, I love that small feel. It's just different and beautiful, and just a little piece of heaven.
And I bet that water is steaming right now with how chilly it has been over the past few days. And guess what? We're in the top 10 here in 2023 for snowiest Octobers on record, at least for the Spokane area. Officially, now this is mostly South Hill, 5 Mile West Plains. We got 1.1 inches. I know there's a lot of neighborhoods, including mine, that's a lot less than that. But officially, that puts us 10th on the list. And look, number 1 and number 2, 2019 and 2020. So pretty interesting that over the past, really within the last 5 years, we've had some pretty snowy early starts to the season. Now, things are going to swing back the opposite direction. So this is just a winter preview. This is not the full-on winter is starting and that's it, thankfully, because there always is a chance for that at this point in the year. But we have high pressure that's going to build again as we head through the start of the week, and that is good news because it's going to start us warming back up again. Our next storm system, in fact, you can see way out here just south of the far Aleutian Islands, this is going to push its way in towards the middle of the week. But unlike the last system that came through, this one is going to be a warm system. And that means that we will see rain instead of snow, and our temperatures will continue on this upward trend. In fact, here is 6 days from now through about 10 days from now, so the 3rd of November through November 7th. So this captures largely the first full week of this brand new month we're about to go into, and we're at some very high odds to see above normal temperatures. So pretty interesting there, pretty interesting. We're swinging back the opposite direction after a very chilly week across our region. As we go through the beginning of the week, we'll start to see things cloud over a little bit, but the wet weather is going to hold off for most of the week. It's really not until we get to Thursday, and this is around lunchtime, that we start to see that rain come across the mountains and sweep into our area. So that's going to be our next big weather maker, our next big weather system we're going to be watching for you. In the meantime, things are going to be fairly calm around here, and we get to enjoy this slow warm up. And at least for now, a little bit of sunshine. So here's to sum it all up. Another cold one tomorrow, but by Halloween, you're going to notice that trend of warmness. Here's our lows. Once again, it is going to be a cold one tonight. Do make sure you've got those heaters turned up. And if you're doing any trick-or-treating or Halloween events with the kids on the weekend, at least it's going to be sunny, but definitely want to have that extra layer on standby just in case. Temperatures will be widely in the 40s, which is a change from only getting up into the 30s that we saw today. So already going to see some progress for Sunday. Upper 40s by Halloween, upper 40s and low 50s then for the rest of the week and into next weekend. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
What you're seeing today is Zoe Hoker creating more career opportunities for himself as a welder, and the time he invested in virtual training through Forge FX to make it happen. Addressing the shortage of skilled workers in today's industries by providing access to additional training and career growth. These are the ways skilled trade professionals at Tulsa Welding School are using the metaverse today.
4 News Now wants to take you inside the walls of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital to meet brave children and their caregivers. Miracle Mondays, brought to you by your locally owned Inland Northwest Ace dealers.
Wake up, people! Rotten sleep means rotten moods, rotten backs, rotten health. Rotten breath goes without saying, but you're in luck. During the Veterans Day sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on all Aspen mattresses, or take $50 off any Easy Choice. Purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
I was 34, I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, you know, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
Even now, through it all, we are resilient, reaching out, sharing stories, safely helping, even from home. We will get through this together. And when we do, our communities, our country will need us more than ever. We are part of something bigger. We are Senior Corps.
I was scared, I was lost, and I felt hopeless. Even if I wanted to be adopted, who would adopt a 17-year-old?
Four News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Oh, well, we were going to show you the full highlights of the Washington State game against Arizona State, but that simply wasn't going to do it justice. This game was just so bad and defined by just how bad the defense was of the Cougs against one of the worst offenses in FBS. So we're just going to skip to the end, shall we? Well, start of the fourth quarter, and Arizona State up a touchdown. Trent Bourget goes deep to Jalen Connors. Tackling apparently optional for Cam Lampkin there. Connors breaks free, eventually falls down. Jaden Hicks comes in with the late hit, so that's an additional 15 yards. Sloppy, to say the very least. On the very next play, DeCarlos Brooks gets the call, and the offensive line there of ASU, look at the way they're bullying the front seven of the Cougs. Just another example of what's gone wrong in the last month or so. So that means Cam Ward on fourth down, they have a chance at, well, that's going to cause a fourth down because the Cougs need some scores there, and they're going to drive all the way down for basically nothing because they get a kick from Dean Janikowski when they're down 14, so that makes it an 11-point game with a few minutes to go. That math doesn't really add up. Well, after a ASU punt, Cougs get the ball back on fourth down. It's going to be Cam Ward. Rushes, just gets the first down, so that keeps the game going at this point. But after another 3 tries, they can't punch it in, and on fourth down, pass to Kyle Williams is incomplete, and ASU gets their first win since they beat Colorado last year. An absolutely dreadful performance by the Cougs. They dropped to 4-4 on the season. Not great at all. Now they're going to return home to face off against Stanford next week. If they lose, well, you can really kiss those bowl hopes goodbye. Now, while one Palouse team was on the road today, another one took center stage inside the Kibbie Dome. This is a good news, Jordan. We're joined by an Idaho alum. That's right. We brought the Idaho football out tonight just to celebrate because they took down number 2 Montana State, and we want to show you exactly how it happened in a sellout crowd in front of the Kibbie Dome. Let's jump to those highlights. Right. Start of the second quarter. Idaho up 3 and driving. Quarterback Giovanni McCoy goes deep and hits Jermaine Jackson, who stretches out to make a great grab. That sets the Vandals up inside the red zone. A couple plays later, McCoy going to connect with Therese Traynor in the end zone, and the Vandals all of a sudden up by 10. But back come the Bobcats in the third. MSU knocking on the door. Cleveland Thomas off a jet sweep finds the angle, goes in untouched.
untouched, and they have their first lead of the game. Now, a back-and-forth affair in the second half. Midway through the fourth, Idaho retakes the lead, but Julius Davis takes the handoff, bounces to the outside, will not be denied that touchdown. Bobcats take the lead again. Does Idaho have an answer in them?
Oh, we all know the answer to that. With under 3 to go, McCoy leads the offense down the field, and look at this throw. Gutsy throw to Hayden Hatton, who makes an equally great catch, and he goes straight to the kids, gives them a high five for the touchdown. Bobcats would have a chance to go down the field and tie this game up, but Malachi Williams stops the drive dead in its tracks with a huge sack, and that makes for a very difficult field goal attempt.
Brandon Hall for the 43-yarder to send it to overtime goes wide right, and Idaho pulls off the upset over the number 2 team in the country and announces themselves on the national stage.
Proud of our players, proud of our coaches. What a great plan. I think Montana State's a and I think we probably caught him at the right time, but we did it. This crowd was amazing, had a great impact. We're trying to get on their level to be a team going to the semifinals, the championship game. Just love our players, love our coaches. So proud of this university. It's a great day to be a Vandal.
So with just 3 games left in the regular season, Idaho may have the best chance at winning the Big Sky at this point. They're going to travel to Greeley to take on the lowly 0-8 Northern Colorado Bears. 4 News Now is going to be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
Get ready for fall with Pape Machinery. Right now, we're offering big discounts on remaining 2022 John Deere compact utility tractors. Get a 1025R tractor loader backhoe for as low as $299 per month with 0% financing for 84 months. These offers are only good now through October, so stop by your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store to take advantage today. Pape keeps you moving.
Property crime increasing. Shootings in our parks. Homelessness crisis getting worse. Spokane, it doesn't have to be this way. Safer neighborhoods, a vibrant downtown, and people in need getting real help. That's my vision for our future. I'm Kim Please, candidate for Spokane City Council President. I'm a new voice for Spokane, and I'm asking for your vote.
At Findlay Downtown Toyota, there's never been a better time to trade up to something better, as we are loaded up with the best selection of new and used vehicles to choose from, with great financing options available. Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Creating healthy meals is hard work, chopping and grating. Just think of all the time it's taking. What you need is Nutri-Slicer, the super easy way to make nutritious meals every day. Just lock Nutri-Slicer to your counter to slice, chop, and grate with total control. Nutri-Slicer makes family-sized chopped salads in no time. Finally, grate cauliflower, your favorite low-fat cheese, and veggies. You can get the complete Nutri-Slicer system for just $19.99. Order today and we'll even ship your entire order free. You get all this at incredible value. Order now.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining groups, bedrooms and kids' beds, and mattresses. Plus, decorating your home just got easier with 4 years, no interest. And to salute our armed forces, all veterans and active duty military get a special in-store offer. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
You guys carving pumpkins? Couldn't say it.
Maybe.
There's time. There's still time.
I'm going trick-or-treating.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.